Now this episode is probably going to be a little inflammatory, or it may be a little offensive, but it's just something that's just been bothering me. So I'm going to have to tell you, to my listeners, I apologize ahead of time for offending you, but I have to address the word nigga. Now, I am not sure when did this become a term of endearment amongst cultures, especially the black culture, or even in starting up into the Latinos, and I've even heard them starting to branch into the Asian community, I guess amongst the younger crowds, or a little bit older, more ethnic or urban. But I have a startling problem with the word nigga. Now, it ain't because of the typical, jokes about it and things of that nature that really gets under my skin. It's the idea of just how far we have come as a culture, and I'm saying blacks because that's where it targets at. When did it become a badge of honorment? Or when did it become the coolest thing to call your friend or call someone of, I guess, closeness, even in jest and things of that nature? When the suffering of African Americans have been at the pinnacle of that word. What people would call Dr. Martin Luther King, what people would call Malcolm X, and what people would call any of the civil rights leaders that lost their lives and fought for their lives and fought for our lives, just for us to use that word in our rap culture, in our everyday slang, in our everyday jokes from our comedians. It's profound to me that we desensitized ourselves to a word that literally was supposed to be derogatory and destructive to our people. And what's worse is now I hear it coming from other cultures. Now I'm starting to hear it come from other age groups and ethnic groups. I'm starting to hear it coming up through, kids on the corner that, white kids or Asian kids, and I'm hearing them calling each other back and forth, nigga, what's going on? Nigga, what's happening? And what's up, my nigga? And I hear it, and it grates on my skin. And then I hear the nice support system that comes from it. Well, you're not talking about me in that way, it's just a joke. Well, it's the same. It's inflammatory on all ends. Not only is it inflammatory, it shows your ignorance. It shows your ability not to find an old colorful word to call your friend. Am I a stick in the mud? No. Am I a traditionalist? Am I too held back? No. But you know what I am? Respectful. I'm respectful for where I come from. I'm respectful for what I stand for. And I hope to God that people, do the same. And it's so bad of the word nigga itself that it's used so freely. I went through a couple of websites and profiles just before I did the episode, just to kind of get an idea to build that passion up in me so I can get this episode out. And I've heard strong black women, I need a real ass nigga. You need a real ass nigga. And what is a real ass nigga? What about a real man? What about a strong man? What about a strong father figure? What about a man who's going to take care of the business and on all ends, be a good husband, be a good father, or just be a good boyfriend, or just be a good friend? And what is a real ass nigga? As much as I love Biggie Smalls, and God rest his soul, song he did with Puffy, Real Ass Niggas. Well, what is a real ass nigga? Is it a guy that shoots people, don't take no shit off nobody? Is he a guy that demands respect at the end of a gun or a bat or whooping somebody's ass? Why couldn't he just be a real man? Why couldn't we give that man some honorment so that way we don't pat him on the back every time he busts a cap in somebody, or every time he knocks his girl out, or every time he's a player and he plays the women against each other? What is a real ass nigga? And is he only black? If a white guy came up and said, hey, are you a real ass nigga? Would that white dude get beat up? Would he get slapped? Would he get looked at as him calling you a racist? Would you call him a racist? Could you say, man, you are a prejudiced son of a bitch? But then why is it okay for us to call each other that? It's a double standard that actually has really, really, really undercut us as African Americans. It's undercut the youth that use it in everyday talk and slang. It's undercut a lot of different avenues that we haven't even touched on yet. It may be a simple word to you. It may even be a fun of jest. I love Cat Williams, think he's a great comedian. Use nigger more than I've ever breathed in one statement. And what does it prove? What is the substitute? If you go to Africa and you get off that plane, rest his soul, Richard Pryor was watching one of his interviews, or actually one of his specials, and he said he's walked through the airport, and I can't quote him exactly, but he said to himself in his mind, he says, "Hey Rich, you're in Africa, how many niggas do you see?" And the first thing that came to his mind was, he said none. And that was the last time Richard Pryor used that word nigga. At least in his comedy routine. We all saw Harlem Nights, so, you know, there's a little bit in there. But that was profound. And I saw that when I was a kid, a little bit younger. And the fact that it's still around, the fact that I don't even use it, people have actually accused me of not being black enough, or I'm not being slang enough, because I don't use enough slang in my speech. Because, you know, somebody say, "Hey Eric, you my nigga," and I say, "No, dude, I'm not." And I'm looked at like something's wrong with me because I don't accept the fact that I want to be called that word. Well, last time I checked, I am not a nigga. Last time I checked, I went through some school. Last time I checked, I got something on the wall. Last time I checked, I got a job. Last time I checked, I got good friends. Last time I checked, I wasn't ignorant. Last time I checked, I had some good sense. Last time I checked, I wasn't a nigga. Every day I look in that mirror, I know I'm not. But to be referred to it, even in jest, even in the situation of where some of my friends that I love dearly came up and called me that, I would still say the same thing to them. Dude, I'm not. And it ain't because I'm a stick in the mud. I think I repeated that already. It's just, I'm past that already. We got a black president now. We got a president of mixed race, mixed culture. That's profound. It's beautiful. What would it be like to call him, "Hey, Mr. President, how you doing, my nigga?" I wonder what Barack Obama would say. I wonder what it would look like if he actually came out in Congress and said the same thing. What if he came out and said, "What's up, Newt Gingrich? What's up, my nigga?" Would that make an uprising and everybody be so proud of him saying that, or what would he look like? And I'm not talking about the kind of perception from, "Oh, well, you know, he shouldn't worry about what people think about him." But I'm talking about self-respect, being a man of color. Let's get away from being black. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Where did the nigga come from? What was it used for? What was it? What was the purpose of it? It's to break someone down. It's to break a people down. Do you think it's still working?